我根本没有想到我会嫁不出去。
I never thought I wouldn't get married, but the truth is, I'm already 42 and I really can't find a husband. I didn't expect it to be this hard at 42, but the reality is, my social circle and my age make it really difficult. I also didn't expect that men don't want to date older single women, and I didn't expect that older single men themselves are not that great, they just look down on older single women. This vlogger said it's almost impossible for her to find a marriage partner. In the following conversation between a man and a woman, you can see how hard it is for single women in China to find someone.
Let's be straightforward. What are your conditions?
I'm 38 years old. I have a house and a car, and my monthly salary is around 5,000 yuan. What about you?
I don't have anything.
You don't have anything, and you still want to come to a matchmaking event with me?
Yes, exactly. Because I don't have anything. I came to find you. If I had everything, why would I come looking for you? You must be joking.
So why do you think I would be interested in you?
What kind of person are you looking for?
I want someone at least 175 centimeters tall, with a bachelor's degree or higher, a house, a car, and a stable job.
How old are you?
38.
You're 38? Given your conditions, do you think men would choose you? Think about it.
Why wouldn't they choose me?
Listen, everyone. Height of 175 centimeters, has a house and a car, bachelor's degree or higher? Why would they choose a 38-year-old over a 25-year-old? Why pick you?
Both men and women want a good partner when looking to marry, but the current fact is that there are many older single women in China. On the men's side, more than 20 million rural men remain unmarried bachelors. According to the 2023 China Statistical Yearbook released by the National Bureau of Statistics, by the end of 2022, there were 265 million single people in China. Among them, 106 million were single women, and 159 million were single men. Why are so many women single and find it hard to get a partner? Some say it's because when women were young, they always dream of a love story like in TV dramas. They imagine a Prince Charming or powerful CEO coming into their lives, but a tall CEO is very popular. You might not get a chance to meet with him, and if you do, he might not notice you. If you miss the opportunity, you end up being what's called a leftover woman. Every woman needs to be more realistic and down to earth. It's important to make a suitable and realistic match.
岁数大 只是大龄剩女身上最小的问题。
Age is the smallest problem among leftover women. Many women, when young, don't lack admirers, but when they are dating, they keep draining the man's patience. Eventually, all the men who are willing to truly commit leave. They're not left behind. They actively filter out all the men who could accept them.
This male vlogger thinks that age is not the main issue. There are 4 main reasons. First, when women start dating, they always talk about emotional value. They test men by acting difficult, giving cold shoulders, blocking, or threatening to break up just to see if he loves her enough. Men can tolerate some unreasonable behavior, but that makes for a very unstable relationship. Second, many women claim to be independent but are actually financial parasites. They say they want independence, but spend all their salary and even go into debt, while expecting men to pay for everything. They define independence as your money is my money, but my money is still my money. Men want to avoid that kind of double standard. Third, women change the meaning of what they want. They say they want attitude, not money. But if a man really doesn't have a house or car, these women run away faster than anyone. This fake talk just makes men feel tricked. Fourth, women have unrealistic standards but blame all men for not being good enough. For example, they earn 5,000 yuan a month but want men who make $1 million a year. They have bad tempers but expect men to be endlessly tolerant. They never reflect on themselves and think that good men are blind. This wrong thinking only makes them stay single longer and longer. Men don't dislike these women because of their age. Age can be forgiven, but no one wants to deal with a toxic personality. Last April, a matchmaking event in Hangzhou invited 1,000 people. Hundreds of women showed up, but only a handful of men came. The scene was very awkward. Some men left early when they saw how few men there were. In early December last year, a matchmaking event was held in a 5-star hotel in Wuhan. About 800 well-dressed women attended, but not a single man showed up. Men could enter for free, but women had to pay 3,800 yuan each. In total, the women spent over 300,000 yuan, but no men came. It was a matchmaking event with no matches. Some say quality men don't need to go to matchmaking events because they can find partners easily. Men with poorer conditions don't go either because they know their situation. Women often want men to have a house, a car, and a bride price. If a man doesn't have those, why go matchmaking? It would only embarrass him. In big cities like Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen, there are many older women who are high quality. They have a good education, stable jobs, and decent looks. But because of their age, even if they lower their standards, it's still hard for them to find a partner. These are what's called leftover women. But China also has 20 million leftover rural men. High bride prices are one of the main reasons why many rural young men cannot find partners or hesitate to marry. Chinese media say, for example, that a survey in Liaoning province shows that bride prices for rural women have risen sharply. It's jumped from 68,000 yuan in 2016 to 176,000 yuan in 2020. The latest central government policy document for 2025 mentions plans to comprehensively manage the problem of high bride prices in rural areas. Actually, the leftover men phenomenon is closely linked to China's past one-child policy. Since family planning began in 1979, many families selected the gender of their child before birth, causing an imbalance in the gender ratio. But many young men and women don't even want to get married. In recent years, because of the economic slowdown and rising unemployment, many ordinary young people fear marriage. Even wealthier young people worry about the cost. The number of young people in China who choose not to marry or have children is growing. Data from the 2024 China Population and Employment Statistical Yearbook shows that almost 39% of 30-year-old men are unmarried, up about 20% from 2013. For 30-year-old women, the unmarried rate is 20%, up 10%. Among 25-year-olds, nearly 73% are unmarried. For 20-year-old men, the rate is 80%, and for 25-year-old women, 64%. On April 25th, China's Ministry of Civil Affairs released the latest data for the first quarter of 2025. It showed that 1.8 million couples registered their marriages, which is 159,000 fewer than in the first quarter of 2024. Divorce registrations reached 630,000 couples, up by 57,000 from the same period last year. For the whole year of 2024, the number of marriage registrations was over 6 million couples, down 1.5 million from 7.7 million in 2023. That's a 20% drop. Compared to the peak in 2013, when there were 13 million marriages, the number in 2024 is less than half. This is the lowest in 45 years.
不打算结婚。
I don't plan to marry. I'm 20 this year. I think marriage means buying a house, buying a car, and having kids. Right now, I don't have much ability, and my family's situation isn't very good. If I buy a house and get married, I will definitely need a loan. Loans mean debt. I don't think it's necessary.
其实说实话，我也不想结呀。
Actually, I don't want to get married either. I feel society's pressure is very high now, and I don't earn much. It's already hard to support myself, so how can I get married? Even though I'm a woman, I try to think from the man's perspective. From a man's view, the pressure is huge. He has to support his parents, get married, and have kids. He can't even support himself, let alone parents or children. Marriage means needing a car, a house, and a bride price. Ordinary people like us don't have the financial strength for that. In response, many parts of China have issued policies to encourage marriage and childbirth. For example, Hohhot City in Inner Mongolia greatly increased childbirth subsidies. Having a third child can get a 100,000 yuan subsidy. The city of Ningxia increased marriage leave from 10 to 13 days, maternity leave for 60 days, and parents of infants under 3 years old can get 10 days of parental leave. Starting January this year, Luoyang City in Shanxi Province offers a 1,500 yuan reward for couples where both first-time newlyweds, and the woman is 35 years old or younger. Many Chinese netizens feel these subsidies are too small compared to living costs, and only a drop in the bucket. From May 10th this year, the Chinese Communist Party's revised marriage registration regulation took effect. Marriage and divorce no longer require a household registration booklet. This is seen as a way to encourage young people to marry. A 28-year-old single worker named Xiao Qin told Radio Free Asia that marriage and childbirth subsidies across the country are just small favors. They don't solve the problem of young people being unable to start families due to high living costs. Xiao Qin said, "First, living costs are too high. In Beijing, earning 10,000 yuan a month is considered quite good, but for people from other places, with 10,000 yuan, you can't afford a house for many years. If you get married and have a child, the monthly cost of formula alone is a big expense." Xiao Qin said that living in China feels like being in a big prison. He and his friends are unhappy. They see no reason to have children. They don't want the next generation to suffer like they do. Besides economic pressure, living costs, bride price, and housing issues, there's another reason many young men in China don't want to marry. It's linked to a social cause, the Datong rape case in Shanxi province. The case involved a couple who were engaged in Datong, Shanxi province. After their engagement, they had sexual relations. Later, the woman changed her mind and reported the man for rape. The man showed proof of bride price and engagement agreement, saying they had a marriage contract and the act was consensual. He also provided chat records and surveillance videos showing the woman did not show signs of distress afterward. But the court still convicted him of rape. The man appealed. On April 16th, the second trial was held publicly. The court upheld the verdict, sentencing the man, Mr. Xi, to 3 years in prison. Mr. Xi appealed immediately, but the second court upheld the original verdict. That day was the 712th day Mr. Xi had been in custody. Xi's mother, Ms. Zheng, told the media on April 15th that May 1st was supposed to be the start of a new chapter in her son's life. At the engagement banquet, they signed a promise that after 1 year of marriage, her son would add the woman's name to the property deed. But the day after they became intimate, the woman asked her to add her name early and then reported rape. According to Ms. Zheng, her son told her that they had disagreed about adding the name early. Emotions ran high, and they had an argument in the elevator. Worried about something bad happening, her son tried to hold the woman back. Ms. Zheng questioned, how can resistance afterward prove it wasn't consensual during? There's clearly not enough evidence. Ms. Zheng said that during the second trial on March 25th, they presented more than 40 pieces of evidence. They wanted the court to find the facts fairly and reasonably, and to accept their questions. They have insisted on the appeal and waited 2 years to see the truth uncovered and get a fair trial. Before the trial, the court offered probation, but Mr. Xi refused, insisting he was innocent. This case sparked heated discussion online. Many said, looks like a failed marriage scam and then a false rape claim. Others said, sue the woman for extortion. It's clearly a setup. Some asked, when will men's legal rights be protected? Does the woman have connections? Many expressed fear about marriage, saying no one dares to marry now. Courts convict men without solid evidence, protecting marriage scammers. Who would still want to get married?
4月16日被网友戏称为不婚节。
April 16th was jokingly called No Marriage Day online because the second trial in the Datong engagement case upheld the original verdict. Many people started mocking it, saying the robber didn't wear a mask, but a wedding dress instead. Though it's a joke, it shows how surprised people were by the result.
山西大同订婚抢奸，很简单一个破事儿。
The Shanxi Datong engagement rape case is a mess. It's a scam using engagement as a cover and marriage as a money-making tool, what they call a honey trap. Normal people don't do this. The women took the bride price, the engagement was set, and the ring was given. That means they were ready to live together. Who would send their fiancé to jail over something like this?
男的别说订婚了，就是现在结婚3
Men don't even dare to share a bed now, even after 30 years of marriage, because they are afraid. If courts keep convicting men like this, it will open the floodgates. For people with bad intentions, this is a clear way to get rich fast. Just come and grab the money.
This vlogger said the case has had a huge impact and everyone online is watching. Women fear bad men. Men fear honey traps. If a woman wants trouble, a slap can ruin a man's life and send him to prison for years. Then what's the point of marriage anymore? A man's life is tough enough without this. The marriage system may as well be scrapped. This case has dragged on for 2 years. Because the couple was engaged, had sex in the bridal house, and the bride price was paid, it kept stirring social debate and emotions. The controversy continued after the second trial. In law and public opinion, many say the evidence for rape is insufficient and criticize the courts for convicting when there's reasonable doubt. Some compare this case to the 2006 Nanjing Peng Yu case, saying such verdicts tear apart social trust. In 2006, Peng Yu helped an elderly woman who fell but then was sued. This led to people saying, who dares to do good deeds anymore? A WeChat article compared the Datong rape case to the Peng Yu case. It said that after the Peng Yu case, Good Samaritan dropped sharply. Similarly, after the engagement rape case, extreme self-protection strategies started to emerge, such as notarizing premarital sexual consent and refusing sex in marriage. This incident made Chinese men even less willing to marry. Life pressures already weighed heavily on marriage, and now the Datong case hit Chinese men hard again. Leftover women and men want to marry but can't find partners. Ordinary young men and women avoid marriage for various reasons. It looks like China's population crisis will get worse.